of me? Why not take hold of me? Can't you see I am no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. I take my arms, I'll never use them.
Tracye in one word. That's hard. I think the word I would use is Tracye. You know, effervescent. That's a big word.
That's a big word.
But it fits.
No, this is more than one word, sorry. She's able to keep her balance irrespective of whatever seems to be happening. And that is that's an amazing trait to find in people. And so Grace.
When you love me, I can't get enough. Oh, yeah. And I wanna spread the news that if it feels as good getting used, you just keep on using me. To use me.
Hi, my name is Tracye Eileen. I'm a jazz soul recording artist, and we're here celebrating my 10th anniversary, and it's going to be a blast. Hope you enjoy, and thanks so much for sharing it with me.
It's a lazy afternoon, and the leaves is reading, and the meadow cows are sleeping, and the sickle trips are digging upstream. And sweet dreams.
My name is Pat Fleming, and I'm guitarist and musical director for Tracye Eileen. So Tracye and I met about 10 years ago through a gentleman, a mutual teacher actually, named David Bloom. And he called me and said he had this incredible singer, and he wanted me to, could I put a band together for a gig in a casino? And I said, sure. And I basically took somebody else's core band and brought them over. And we were all extremely impressed with Tracye. And so that band stayed together for a little while, but as happens, attrition sort of knocks people off every once in a while. But Tracye and I have stayed together for 10 years in this endeavor. And as we've gone along, we have tried to work together to make the music and the musicians a very particular thing. So when you talk to Paul was specifically asked because he is of a special nature, which is, again, something he talked about, which is sort of an egoless way of playing, a way of playing that is to be supportive toward everybody.
Hi, I'm Paul Martin. I got to know Tracye through Pat, who's been with her from the very beginning. He's her musical director. And he thought that I would be a good fit, with the kind of thing she was doing. And I, like most people, when I came and started playing with her, I was like, yeah, this is very enjoyable. This is the kind of band that I, love to be in,
We were opening for an act who I actually can't remember who it was. And something happened with the sound people in the middle of the song. And out came this sustained and very loud feedback, really loud. Now, amateurs would just stop and go, and even some professionals would just stop and say, hey, what's going on? Can we, Nobody stopped, and especially Tracye. She just forged through it. So it was a moment of adversity. And at the end of it, we were still going, still staying with the tune. The audience applauded us, recognizing that this was a particular, moment of adversity where people could crumble, and Tracye didn't, and the band didn't, and we just forged through. And that, to me, that's grace under pressure.
I think probably the most enjoyable day experience with Tracye was a few years back. We opened for the Stylistics at this theater in St. Charles. I can't remember. But that, I mean, it was enjoyable on a lot of levels, because on the way to the gig, I had a flat tire and I wasn't sure I was going to make it. I'm stranded on the freeway waiting for a tow truck to come. And so just the fact that I made it there was a big deal. And then it was a great night for the band. And I love the Stylistics. I got to hear their show, and they really loved what Tracye did, you know. So that was, I would put that up there as probably one of my favorites, at least.
Money, you got lots of friends crowding round your door. But when you're gone and the spending ends, they're not around anymore. No. Rich relations give crust of breads and such. You can help yourself, but don't take too much. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child who God is all.
It's been tremendous, and especially when I went to the Bloom School of Jazz. I was like, I could sing. You know, I've been singing all my life since I was eight years old, and you know, the jazz band in college, high school, gospel chorales, tour Switzerland, you know, choir, weddings, funerals. So after my first class, before the year-long class, my feedback was like, you need to go into a dark alley and find yourself. I was like, what? And they said, yeah, you kind of sound a little bit like a loud singer. Like, I was like, what? And I really found out what they meant. And what it meant was, a lot of times as singers, without even trying to emulate something. And then when you go deeper and you find your own voice, it really becomes a very vulnerable and revealing place. And then that's a scarier thing to do. But you don't even know that you're doing that, right? And so from there, actually finding my voice. And then I also took vocal coaching from Ms. Lindia in LA, and that's been good. So I continue to believe that one should always work on their craft. So both from stage presence, song interpretation, performance, and of course building confidence on stage, and then moving around. That was another big milestone. I remember opening for Babyface, and at that time I couldn't bring my band because you couldn't play on Babyface's equipment. So like, oh, you have to have tracks. I'm like, okay. So I sang with tracks, but I was like, dang, this is big old stage, and I got to work this whole stage all by myself and make it look interesting. So I really had to step up to the plate. It was that was nothing. I know Pat was talking about his moment when it was a big crash or whatever. The scariest thing for me was early on in my career, being on stage opening for Babyface without my band and having to work a whole stage.
They call it Stormy Monday, when Tuesday's just as bad, yeah. Don't you know that they call it Stormy Monday, yeah. And Tuesdays, it's just as bad. And Wednesdays, well, and Thursdays, oh. say.
And the third album, It's Time, is all original music, and it was my effort to take myself to the next level, which was to get on radio, which again was to begin to expand my performing base outside of Chicago. And also at that time, I began working with Kenya Johnson, who is a talent coach, because again, all along the way, you know, I don't know how to make this happen, you know, so it was either informal teachers or eventually when I literally got with Kenya to find out, how do I get on radio? And so I spent a whole bunch of money producing and writing and recording It's Time, and it was mastered by Bernie Grumman in LA, which is, I mean, like Bernie Grumman, he masters like from Stevie Wonder to Michael Jackson to, I mean, that level, okay? Just a legend in California in music. But he did master my album, It's Time. And then I did a video somehow, some way with Ali Leroy, who's a movie director in LA and of note, and everybody hates Chris Rock and all that kind of stuff. And you know, so I had my producer, my social media guy, my PR guy, and a record promoter. So you know, I was like, okay, here we go. Put all the chips on the table and do this project. And just as I was about to release the first single, we got on lockdown.
When the world's going crazy and it makes no sense, and there's only one voice to speak in your defense, and the jury's out, I search the room, one friendly face is all you need to see. And there's one guy, just one guy, laid down his life for you and I. It's hard to say, I hate to say, but it's probably me, it's probably me. I hate to say, I hate to say, but it's probably me, it's probably me.
One of the things I really want to do, as I mentioned, I'm turning 60 this month, and I really want to do the show called Beautiful Over 50. It's probably going to be a YouTube show as well as eventually somewhat of a coaching program. But I want to help women who, as they mature, you know, to be able to maintain or even attain beauty, both from the outside in and the inside out. And for women, beauty is an interesting thing. We can get our hair done, put on makeup or whatever, get our nails done, and feel like, okay, I'm ready to do something. I'm ready to go somewhere. You know, that energizes us to accomplish something. And at the same time, we can accomplish something and feel like, oh, you know, you feel also stronger. You feel beautiful, and you feel attractive, and then you may want to, you know, you'd be open to a makeover again. I want to, you know, I'm ready to, I need to buy a new something, you know. so I really want to help women, and especially as they approach 50, whether you're in your 40s or your 50s or you know, older, it's never too late to pursue your passion. And I think that defines some of that fire and that beauty on the inside, in addition to a whole bunch of other stuff. And then you don't have to give up. I think a lot of women kind of give up once they start, you know, getting to 50 and they think it's too late. And that's the perfect time to really find yourself. You got probably more money than you ever had. You're still young. You can make great changes if you need to in your life. And, you know, it's a great place and time to be. So Beautiful for 50 is definitely on tap for what's next, in addition to more music. You know, remember that song, last night a DJ saved my life? I can truly say music saved my life. Music is everything. I think music is a passion that God put inside of me, a gift God gave me, a gift that allowed me as a little girl to find my voice, and then as a woman in transition, find her way again. I think it's my future, it's my foundation, and it's a gift that I know I was given to share. I just want to say I'm truly grateful. I have a lot of gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunity to pursue my dream. Gratitude for all the people that have helped me along the way. Gratitude for my band, who they're so amazing. I love them so much. And I've just been blessed in so many different ways. So I just want to have a big thank you to God, to the universe, to all those people that have been so important along the way. Thank you.
Thank you.